misdefining and misunderstanding our priorities. And we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist, and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers, and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts? Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999, and we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran. How come that the state that started Sharia is not the one that is the most educated state? In fact, how come that in that state in 2017, only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school? How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam? Illiteracy? Malnutrition? Children on the streets? We have to ask ourselves. And we can't ask those questions until we begin to understand through usul that you have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging. We need Muslims who are standing on their feet. Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north. The Prophet said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kufri wal-faqri. Allah, I seek refuge with you from disbelief and poverty. And he said, Kad al-faqru an yakuna kufran. Poverty can lead to disbelief. These children that we see as al-majiris and we laugh at them and we treat them as victims, somebody will just come and pick them up, put them in a school, give them medical care, and convert them to another religion. And they will do that by the hundreds and the thousands. So, what we see on the street is a product of bad economic policies and wrong priorities. These children are not criminals, they are victims. What part of Islamic law, what verse in the Quran, what hadith of the Prophet allows a father to give birth to a child and leave the child to go and fend for himself?
Let me turn to Emir. Picking up on this question of the state being absent, another finding in the report is that traditional authority is respected more than modern political authority. You've occupied positions in both worlds. How do you see traditional authority and the state working together? Are there things that the state are doing now that could help or that are undermining the additional reach that traditional authority could have in reaching young people and populations that are marginalized?
Yeah, thank you, Jenda. Now, traditional rulers like me find themselves in a very difficult position. On the one hand, politicians are very happy for you to go and fight fires, okay, tell people to keep the peace, preach to people, condemn violence. On the other, you're not allowed to criticize root causes that may come from the failings of politicians. So it's fine to say to a rural villager, you should send your daughter to school. But it's not fine to say to the governor, why haven't you built a school? Okay, it's fine to talk about the extreme nature of, say, certain interpretations of Islam, but it's not fine to talk about how certain people have been marginalized by the creation of a rentier state that basically expropriates resources and does not care about them. If you take Nigeria, in 1960, land per rural dweller was 2 hectares per rural dweller. Today we've got 0.9. Agricultural policy still remains far behind. Productivity is much lower than the rest of the world. You don't have food security. You've got millions of children out of school. It's not the fault of the children that they're out of school. Somebody was supposed to build those schools. So the difficulty for traditional institutions is, on the one hand, they're firefighters, and will continue to do that. On the other, to actually address the root causes of extremism, you've got to address questions of governance, education, healthcare, corruption. And to do that is now political. And so that's the difficulty, I think. If you take the UNDP OHDI poverty index in 2015, poverty levels in Nigeria, 46%. 46% doesn't look too bad compared to other countries. However, if you break these numbers down, in the southwest of Nigeria, 80% are living above the poverty line. In the northwest, 80% are living below the poverty line. And suddenly it becomes 2 different countries. Okay, and even those numbers don't tell you anything. As governor of Central Bank, I looked at numbers that said people are living on less than $2 a day. And it sounds bad, but you don't really know how bad it is until you look into the eyes of a woman whose baby has just died because she cannot afford drugs worth $5. Then you know what living on less than $2 a day means. You look at demographic numbers and demographic explosion, and you don't understand where they're coming from until you come to a society where a poor man who earns nothing has decided to marry 4 wives and have 25 children, and cannot take care of them. And you see a complete failure of social policy. I mean, who is talking about marriage? Who's talking about family structure? Who's talking about child spacing? Who's talking about the ability to maintain the children that you bring? And when we go into crowd resources as states, so you have state governors in the north who have 3 million, 5 million children on the streets without school. They go to China and they're looking for money not to build schools, but to build a light rail. You know, I mean, you spend $2 billion on a light rail. $2 billion. Imagine how many children you would educate with that. You know?
Or a leader in the north. And if you are seen as normal in the sense that you continue to do what your predecessors have been doing the same thing which has been normalized, then there's something wrong with you. You are part of the problem. The real change in the north will come from the mavericks, those who are considered mad people, because you look around and you have to say, if this is the way we have been doing things, and this is where we have ended up, maybe we need to do things differently. If we have populated the government with middle-aged men, maybe we need to try younger people. Maybe we need to try women. If we have spent our time and our money on physical infrastructure, maybe we need to invest more in the education of our children. Maybe we need to invest more in nutrition. Maybe we need to invest more in primary health care. And the truth is, if you look at what Nasser is doing in Kaduna with 40% of his budget in education, that is the only thing that is going to save the North. And I know that when we say these things, they don't go down well. We've been saying this for 20, 30 years. If the North does not change, the North will destroy itself. The country is moving on. Quota system that everybody talks about must have a sunset clause. The reason people like Nasser stand up and they're nationalists is that you don't have any sense of
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammadin ibn Abdullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Jama'a, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A kullum muna cikin godiya ga Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a cikin ni'imominsa waɗanda ba sa ƙarewa, cikin ni'imomin da Allah ya min. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ya ƙaddara an naɗa ni sarkin Kano ranar 8 ga watan Jun shekara ta 2014. Ya raya ni a cikin rayuwa da lafiya shekara kusan 6 akan wannan gado da wannan gado namu mai albarka. A yau Ubangiji subhanahu wata'ala wanda ya bada sarauta ya kaddara ya karba. Ko da yaushe muna faɗa cewa sarauta ajali ne da ita. Kwanakin da Allah ya rubuta akan gado ƙayyadaddu ne. Idan ranakun nan sun zo, ko ana so ko ba a so sai an tafi. Saboda haka mu mun karbi dukkanin abin da Allah ya yi. Mun yadda, mun gode, mun yi farin ciki, kuma mun san shine alkhairi a gare mu. Muna godewa al'ummar Kano a dukkanin shekarun nan ƙauna da suka nuna mana, da soyayya da biyayya da addu'o'i. Muna godewa dukkanin waɗanda suka taimaka mana a cikin harkar mulki, 'yan majalisarmu da hakimai da suka ba mu goyon baya. Muna godewa 'yan uwa na zumunci waɗanda suka tsaya suka kare martabarmu da martabar gidan nan. Muna kira ga al'umma a zauna lafiya. Wanda Allah ya ba wa sarauta, mun umarci iyalanmu da 'ya'yanmu da waɗanda muke da iko a kansu, duk wanda Allah ya bawa al'umma suka yi mubaya'a su je su yi masa mubaya'a, su bi shi, su kare martabarsa, su kare mutuncinsa, saboda martabarsa da mutuncinsa ita ce martabar wannan gida. Muna gode wa 'yan uwa, muna haƙurantar da su, muna tabbatar musu cewa Allah baya kuskure. Duk abin da Allah ya yi shi ne daidai. Kuma yau kada ta dame su, abu idan ya fara ƙarshensa ake dubawa. Allah ya samu yi ƙarshe mai kyau, Allah ya samu gama lafiya. Mun gode wa Allah da ya ba mu dama muka yi shekarun da muka yi, da ya ba mu dama muka yi gine-gine da muka yi a gidan nan, da ya ba mu dama muka dawo da sarauta sunnar sarki Halifa. Kuma abin alfahari ne a wajenmu yadda Halifa ya yi sarauta da yadda ya barta. Allah ya ɗora mu akan wannan sunnar. Allah ya sa yadda ya gama a kusanci da Allah, kuma mu gama a cikin wannan kusanci. Muna gode wa 'yan uwa musulmi addu'o'i da aka yi na alkhairi shekara da shekaru. Muna roƙo a ci gaba da addu'a. Wannan ƙasa ta mu Kano, Allah ya bata lafiya da zaman lafiya. Allah ya yi muku albarka. Allah ya raya ku. Allah ya dawo da ƙasar da arzikinta. Allah ya ba da shugabanni na gari. Wannan gida namu Allah ya kare mutuncinsa da martabarsa. Ƙasanmu Allah ya dawo mana da ita. Allah ya sada mu da alkhairi. Muna godiya, mun gode, mun gode, mun gode. Mun rabu da ku cikin farin ciki, mun rabu da ku cikin kwanciyar hankali, mun rabu da ku cikin godiya. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wa ma tasha'una illa an yasha Allahu rabbul alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Babu ciro ma.
ɗansa ne?
Kai! Kai can gobe ka kiyaye shi kai can. Wannan buro manya wanda yake cikin wani
wannan rayuwa. Yana nan. Shek Suraj. Live ban zo da wayata ba. Kuma na ga ta yi bidiyo. Live.